Hello everyone, this is Brown and Calc, and today I'm going to do something I have actually wanted to do for a long time, but have never gotten the chance to, and that is make a video on the show My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Now, if that surprises you, take a look at my channel title and realize what you have been overlooking this whole time. Anyways, today I want to talk about a video by another YouTuber, RLYoshi, in his series Cutie Mark Laboratories, which goes over the show rather analytically. It appeals to many different nerdy sides of me at once, and I highly recommend it. But we're not going to be talking about one of the episodes that gave something deep or insightful or anything. We're actually going to be talking about an episode that was wrong. His episode on the ages of the main characters, the main six. Now, that video has been debunked over and over, and I don't need to do it again. But my question is, if RLYoshi here was wrong, what's the right answer? How old are these characters? Now, I'm just going to be answering for one character because RLYoshi gives a very convincing argument for the relative ages of all the characters in the main six, so you can piece them together from there. And without further ado, let's get started. So, the character I'm going to be focusing on is Applejack, because she gives the most reference relative to another character, Apple Bloom, who is about the same age as her classmates Sweetie Belle and Dime Tiara. These four characters are going to be the crux of the argument. And we are going to be using a few specific episodes, and we're going to go through them a few at a time. First off, what we want to conclude is what RLYoshi was looking for. What is the age of Applejack during the first Equestria Girls film? I'm going to put Applejack over here, actually, for reasons you'll see later. So, we've got Applejack, and then we've got Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, Dime Tiara. So, we want to know this. Well, some easy places for reference are going to be the Cutie Mark Chronicles, where we can figure out the age of Apple Bloom here due to a quote on being a little bit younger. We know that a flashback to a Sonic Rain Boom way back here, these ages are going to be about the same. And then we can piece a few other things together to get Applejack's age here. Of course, just as a sanity check, the Cutie Mark Chronicles, according to the Season 1 timeline by RLYoshi, which is a really good and really solid video you should check out, this takes place 1 year after the premiere. And by a timeline that I've been working out myself, this takes place likely 2 years later. So we have 1 year, 2 years, and then we'll have a few other references later. Also, Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Dime Tiara were not alive here. However, they were alive in a flashback from the Season 4 episode For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils, where they were 5. So if they were 5, and Nightmare Moon came significantly later, which it does, Sweetie Belle is portrayed as very small compared to her normal portrayal. So, for easy reference, we have this is at least 6, this is at least 7, so that's at least 7 there, and they weren't alive then, so this is going to be at least 12, at least 13, at least 14, at least 16. But, so far, that's consistent with what RLYoshi said, so obviously we don't have our counter-argument yet. However, if we start going ahead to Where the Apple Lies in season 6, which takes place 1 or 2 years afterwards. I'm going to say 1. If it's 2, then we get an even older Applejack. But for now, let's just say it's 1 year later. So this is greater than or equal to 9, this is greater than or equal to 10. And in Where the Apple Lies, is we hear that Applejack, when she was a little bit older than them, so Where the Apple Lies, that's going to be definitely greater than 10. Let's say greater than or equal to 11. Applebloom's still not alive yet because Diamond Tiara's parents haven't even married yet. So they're relative to each other, so none of the 3 of them are alive yet. So we have greater than or equal to 11, and then 5 years later is going to be greater than or equal to 16, another year greater than or equal to 17, greater than or equal to 18, greater than or equal to 20. So that's not really satisfying though. We've debunked RLYoshi's video, which claimed Applejack was 19, but we still don't have like a definitive age yet. Fortunately, we can go one step further. We're going to be using an episode that takes place around the same time as Where the Apple Lies. It's also in season 6. It's the episode The Fault in Our Key Marks. During a musical sequence, the Griffin Gabby, he helps cheerily teach pre-calculus to Applebloom's class. We know it's Applebloom's class because of some recognizable characters, if memory serves. And since it's help you teach pre-calculus, they were likely at an age where they would have learned it anyways. The whole point is she's helping people with tasks they were already doing. So, if they were going to learn pre-calculus anyways, then they have to be at a point in some curriculum where they can learn it. Now, I'm not going to claim they're juniors in high school or anything. I'm not insane. But there is one curriculum that provides a more reasonable age, a little closer to what we have here, and that is the basis curriculum, where the faster edge of this, which we can suspect Shirley can teach at, her key mark isn't teaching after all, has students learning pre-calculus at around 12 or 13. So, if Applebloom is 12 or 13 here, then we can conclude that over here, Applejack is 13 or 14. And then 5 years later, I'm actually going to say 6 years later, because if they're not married, then there has to be 1 year before they're born. So for the rest of this, we're going to be using 6 years later, so 19 or 20. That Ramoon gives at least 20 or 21. Actually, we don't have to guess anymore, because if we have 12 or 13, this is 1 year before, so this is 11 or 12. 2 years before gives 9 or 10. This is 8 or 9. So we have a 3 to 4 year gap here. So between 22 and 24, 1 year passes. She's between 23 and 25 at the Kmart Chronicles, and final crux of the argument, between 25 and 27 at the time the Equestria Girls films. If you want to, you can go a little further. You can point to over here, and you can have of 26 to 28 as of season 6, but that's not really necessary. We have Applejack's age at the time when RLYoshi would have been calculating it, between 25 and 27. So, now you can go over to RLYoshi's video, watch through that, listen to his arguments about the ages of the other characters relative to each other, and then draw your conclusions based on that. Anyways, I hope that was a fun video. I certainly had fun making it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, etc., etc., etc. Wait, what would those etceteras be? I don't know. Name your dog after me, I guess? Yeah, do that. Name your dog after me. And be sure to check out some of my other videos. Anyways, I will see you all next time with probably a math related video. I don't expect to make too many of these. But I will see you all next time. Peace.